Bonjour, Kinamagi and Ireland Indigenous, and welcome to the overview of our Week 23 learning plan and announcements. And the first announcement I would like to make is that your report cards are in the mail. You may have already received them this weekend. If not, they will be there soon. It will include your report card, and it will also include a registration form for Mount Pleasant Public Schools. If you are planning on sending your student to Mount Pleasant Middle School this next academic year, please fill out that form and you can return it to their office at Mount Pleasant Middle School, or if you send it back to our school, we will make sure it gets there as well. The sooner that you make that decision and fill out the paper, probably the better chance of getting the class schedule that they want. There will be more information from Mount Pleasant Middle School and Mount Pleasant Public Schools coming later on in this presentation and in our Google Forms, via Google Forms into Google Classroom and in the stream. I'll be emailing out information as it comes to me, not only from Mount Pleasant Public Schools, but from any other school district in the area, as I know not all of you plan on sending your students to Mount Pleasant. So let's begin by sharing some basic information. That first page is of the Saginaw Chippewa Academy School website, and you can see our puppers here. In the Explore tab, there is a link to teacher pages that you can click there. And you can reach mine by finding my name and then clicking on 5th grade. I will be posting information from Mount Pleasant Public Schools here as well, but you will always see our learning plan. In fact, you can see the post right here. So if you want to see the PDF, you could click right there. It opens up and you can see what your student should be learning that day. There are also links in this page to other important information from our education department. And I encourage you to check it out frequently. And I also strongly encourage you to download the app. All right, let's go to our stream. And the stream is where I put information that is important to find first. And you will always see our live stream schedule, and this is the one for Monday. And it's always subject to tweaking based on events in the classroom. But this is our general timing for each day. It's up there not only for the students in the classroom, but for those of you online, so you know, okay, I get a break about 10:15 where I can go and do whatever. And if you're in the classroom, you know, hey, this is when I get to take my mask off for a few minutes, although we offer other mask breaks during the day. And you can see that when we get to 11:40, those students that are not in the physical classroom that day are allowed to depart. I know that sometimes we say, wait a minute, aren't you in school? You're at 12:30 on Monday and Tuesday. Well, if you're not in the physical classroom, I don't force your students to watch us participate in recess and eat lunch. It sounds kind of boring. That is a good time for students to work on their other online content, and that is up each day. Now, if they get it done before the end of the day, awesome. And I put 1 o'clock just so that if your student needed guidance, like I really needed to be told the time, there you go. But if they're doing it at 11:40, or if they're doing it during the school day, or if they really want to share this content with you and they do it at 5 o'clock, that's all more than okay. 1 o'clock is just a time. Office hours are at 2 o'clock. This week we will have office hours on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. There will be no office hours on Wednesday. Ms. Bickerman puts out some pretty awesome content, and I'm also available for any academic or housekeeping kind of questions, or for parents as well. Going down here, I have posted a video the 5th grade parent video. There will be a link to this video within the email that you probably received to get the link to this video. I encourage you to check it out. And like I said, there will be more information coming to you, and I'll be disseminating that as quickly as I can. There's also a link here for if a student needs to email me, they can just click right there, or this is the number you can text. This is the same contact information that you can use. So if you're like, if you need to contact me, just ask your student, and I'm more than happy to respond. If you're emailing me from an account other than your student's account, please do include your name so I know who I'm talking to. We have a new program, ST Math, that we've just started rolling out. The invitation code may change as the week goes on. It doesn't last forever. We're trying to get everyone involved. It's another resource to help students master their math skills, as we want to make sure that they walk into that middle school as ready as possible. You'll have a learning plan video up here. There should be a new newsletter this coming week. If you're interested in Miss Bridget's delicious cooking, you can have it delivered by clicking this link right here. There's a tech letter that I'll be updating with the ST Math that you can use as a reference on what technology we use. A link to the post a PDF advertising our school's app, or the SCIT education app. I strongly encourage you to check those out. The Classwork page is where students find their work. I'm just running over, and there's quite a bit of stuff in here already. And as you go through, I'm going to do something a little bit different, and is starting at the end of this coming week, things that are at least 21 days old and are not like assessments are going to start being dropped off, just to kind of keep it less overwhelming for students. Students should have already completed that work either with me in class or via the Zoom, or made that up. So 21 days after it's due, it will be moved to a storage classroom. That information can be accessed. There are codes for each of those storage classrooms, and I'll be sharing some of those with you, particularly the ones that don't have just assignments from like the first quarter that, while good practice, got better things that they can do with their time. Looking at the week at a glance, you can see no afternoon office hours on Wednesday. We have professional development. The regular school day of 8 to 11:40 will be the same. Our streams go live at 7:45 most days with CNN 10, although due to the President's Day, there won't be a CNN 10, so they get to hear me. Just as awesome, right? Maybe? Yeah, maybe not. Reading this week, we'll be looking at a new story, how to start a community garden, an example of a technical text, a new edition of Scholastic, and they'll have a chance for independent reading in class. I do encourage all students to read 20 minutes a day, in addition to what we do at school. The more you read, the more exposure to language, and the easier it will really become. And those readings for 20 minutes a day can be from whatever genre or style that you would like. I encourage it to not be an academic text, unless you're really interested in something academic. We're going to continue on in Unit 4 in Writing City. This is an area where students need to make sure they're keeping up. We usually do one lesson a day, and then there's usually one day a week where it's a catch-up day. Some students find themselves waiting and not doing it in class, and then they fall behind, and then you get an email from me. And so encourage your students to make sure they're doing that day's assignment. Posts from Unit 4 are still live, so even if it was days 1 through 6, they can still complete it and get graded. My Math, we're continuing in Chapter 7, and we'll be taking an assessment on that on Thursday. And we'll begin Chapter 8 with fractions on Friday. Science, we're continuing with Spaceship Earth with our Mystery 6. So we'll be checking out this week. Social Studies, we're at the beginning of the Revolutionary War period. We're going to look at Bunker Hill. We're going to look at declaring independence and the Declaration of Independence. Words Their Way is our spelling program. It doesn't have to be broken down into one activity per day. Some students like to do 2 or 3 of them in a day and have everything done in 2 to 3 sessions, and that's completely fine. We have a new one each week, and there is ways to check by clicking the red back arrow to see which ones are in progress, which ones are finished, and which ones are not started. So I encourage you to sit down with your student and check that out. And the link to that is found within the Google Classroom. Some days you will find the Words Their Way not on our 8 to 11 or 7:45 to 11:40 schedule. It is something that you are expected to complete at home if we do not do it during the day. Technology, we do 1 thing per day. 21 Things for Students is a really cool program. Encourage them to not only complete what they're supposed to, but they're welcome to explore further on. This is a program that, at least in recent years, was used in Mount Pleasant Public Schools. On Tuesday, it's a tech choice, so they can choose any of the activities they want. Wednesday's typing.com, Thursday code.org, and another tech choice on Friday. And then other online content, that's the section that was added most recently. Map skills and ST math are daily things. Students should really spend about 15 minutes per day on each of these. And keep in mind, this is taking into consideration that our school day is only halfway live with the hybrid program and students going home in the afternoon. There is an expectation for these things to still be a part of their day, even if it's without the teacher standing right over them. In addition, we have citizenship, and that's based off the U.S. citizenship test, and that's 2 or 3 days a week and has a little quiz at the end. You also see a math review and math enrichment. Review lessons come from earlier in the school year. It's a spiral review, just to make sure that we're maintaining the information, and if something's been forgotten, then we have the opportunity to cover it again with several students or even the whole class, based on student needs. And then same thing with math enrichment. That may include something that's either coming late in the school year that I want to make sure that they've had a chance to see multiple times, or it may include some skills that'll be more necessary in upcoming years. I do take grades from both of those. Although if it's only a 2 on the math enrichment, you won't see it on the report card. Only 3s on that part. Because like I said, the report card is more of a progress report for me. Office hours, like I said, are at 2:00. Students are strongly encouraged to participate. Spickerman has a pretty cool program, and they should check that out. Parents and students are also welcome to and encouraged to come see me if they have any academic questions, or if they just want to discuss things, or if they just want to talk about the weather. That's what I'm there for. My contact information is right here. This document is linked in the email where you received the link to this YouTube video. There was a lot of information this week. So if you have questions, please do reach out to me. My email address is mireland@psychchipschool.net. You can text me with my Google Voice account at 989-750-1640, or contact me in the classroom right after school most days. If possible, I prefer that phone calls in the classroom come after 12:30, as I'm working with students up until that point. But if you really need to get a hold of me before then, absolutely. And preferably after, though, even 11:40 when they're at recess, I could be more than happy to have a conversation. All right, well, if you have anything else, bring it to me. I hope you're enjoying this snowy and cloudy weekend, and we look forward to seeing your students either live in class or live via Zoom on Monday morning. Have a minogijigad, minwa, pamapi.